Today, we are here to celebrate the successful completion of a one-day program in first aid, basic first aid, fire safety, and evacuation training. This training was done in February, and I'm hoping that everyone remembered their training. Yes? Just so you know, there'll be a quiz before your certificate. Right? But yes, right now we want to call on Miss Gifta Jonge, the one who is responsible for all of this. Ms. Gifta Jonge, for the welcome remarks.
Welcome to Bhutan once again, as we present our participants with their certificates in fire safety and first aid. I would like to take a moment to extend my warmest greetings to each and every one of you for making the effort to be here, and not only here in paradise. I hope that your being here inspires you to continue to take advantage of opportunities that come your way. Upon attaining my personal training, I endeavored to share such relevant information to empower some persons who in turn could use the knowledge attained to save lives. However, this kind and unselfish gesture did not go well with some community members who never once tried to embrace the outcome. My motive for this training far exceeds the negativity circulated, causing participants to ask for a part 2. Bearing this in mind, I would like once again to take this opportunity to thank everybody for being here.
So, right now we want to call on Honorable Emma Hippolyte, the district rep for the community.
I'm indeed very pleased to be here this afternoon at this ceremony where persons who participated in the first aid and fire safety and evacuation training, good afternoon, are now receiving a certificate. The issue of fire safety and first aid is one that is extremely important for us as a people, especially when you look at the location of Bhutan. You are a little distance away from the main road. You're a bit challenged in terms of irregular routine transport system. So it is extremely important that you have persons among you have this type of training, so that if one of your citizens, one of your members, if one person is ill or get injured, that you can quickly apply first aid while you wait for our fire and emergency service. So the whole issue of fire safety is definitely critical for all communities, but especially for you at Bhutan. You are, and I heard our friend just saying how unique a location is Bhutan. So your location here gives you many advantages, but it also presents some challenges. And that is why the training is critical. So I want to commend NIMO as well for taking this initiative. I am hoping, Mr. Lascaris, that this training is one that you'll be having in the various communities in the constituency. Because as you know, Sufra has many communities, and it would be extremely important that we provide them with the requisite skills. So I want to commend you for this effort, and I'm hoping that what needs to happen is that periodically you have refresher courses so that persons remain relevant with the skill sets that they have. So thank you. I want to encourage you to continue doing good things in Bhutan.
Thank you, Madam Minister. And yes, it's important that we do refreshers.
Yeah.
And refreshers will let you know where you are, where you need to go, and if you can go further, how it can help you get there. So hopefully next year, Mrs. Izimbut can schedule a refreshers for Bhutan. Now, And right now, I want to call on Miss Rizkanaisha Jeffrey Izimbut, the one who's filling the shoes that facilitated the training and will continue the training. Mrs. Izimbut.
I would also like to say a special mention to Miss Maria Meda, our past director. But today, I would like to congratulate all the participants for participating in the first aid, fire safety, and evacuation training. NEMO, as an organization, we noticed that community resilience, building community resilience is key. And we have endeavored in ensuring that we build capacity within all communities, especially the communities that are, because of their location, they are a bit isolated. This is the first community I have seen, and I was the program development officer. I was responsible for training. I have never seen a community went all out just to receive their certificates. I would like to give a round of applause to the community. Going forward, the refresher courses, Mr. Shalry, be ready. We have some training in first aid coming up. We will be inviting participants or persons from Buto to participate in that training. First aid is very critical. Fire safety is very critical. Evacuation as well. If you look at the location of your community, there is one way in, I think, and one way out. So should, in case you are impacted by a disaster, you really may be cut off from any aid or any assistance on time. And I think that training is critical in ensuring that you are well equipped, knowledgeable, and you have the skill set to be able to assist your community before the professional or aid arise. And NEMO as an organization, we will support you in any training when it comes to disaster management. So again, I want to tell you thank you for the opportunity for me to be here with you today. I look forward and being here in the community for the next training. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Izimbut. I think a community being trained is very essential. And NEMO has gone out to Soufrière, Micoud, and Bouton to go into the communities to try and train. The whole aim is to train every single community in St. Lucia to develop their resilience, to empower the persons, and most importantly, to reduce the time where somebody gets intervention, whether it be for first aid or for fire prevention, because the first 5 minutes for either one of these two are very critical. So NEMO going into the community, kudos to that, and we hope we can empower more communities, and Buto can be the leader in that forefront, given your small population. When we train all of you, other communities can see the need to have as many persons in their community trained as possible. With that said, I call on the chair of the Soufrière Disaster Committee, Mr. Placid Lascaris.
Good evening, everyone. What I believe the training you all had, the fire safety and first aid training, makes Buto. It makes Buto a community to be envied. Because, as the previous speakers mentioned, that a community that is resilient like Buto is a model for other communities. Because in case of any disaster, Buto is strictly cut off. We know that, like Mr. Shalry said a while ago, the critical part is to maintain life in the time of disaster until you get the help you need. Now, what I want to mention quickly is that next year we want to have a robust calendar for training activities. Ms. Director Nemo, you better put your shoes on properly. We want to have a robust training program for the communities in Soufrière. We need to get the funds for NEMO to make St. Lucia more resilient. Soufrière needs, as Dorothy was saying, I have thought of that how many times, a place for helicopter to land. Especially Buto needs one also. Yeah, because we need to have that kind of transportation service in time of disaster, so that we can bring aid to the communities. Aid, help, no matter what type of help, but it has to come somehow. The transportation aspect has to be by foot, by wheels, by air, or running, or swimming, or by boat. Because that is how you get to people in time of disaster. With that, I don't want to say much. I know we have some more speakers coming. So I would like to thank all the participants and congratulate you for a job well done, and good night to all.
Fresh out the press, Twisted Dance Group from Canaries. They are giving us a lovely dance presentation, pro bono, freeness, without no money, gratis. The people to my left, I'm not sure who they are, but I want them to just understand that charity begins at home.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on, I can feel it in my
Thank you again, Twisted, for coming through. And now we're going to have Mr. Ariste. Mr. Tivna Ariste. All right, for those of us who participated in our training, fire safety and first aid training. So let's start thinking of our families, friends, relatives, in Bhutan, Soufrière, other communities, and overseas. Safety is not a game. We may not have had the experience for this year, 20 years ago, or even the near future. But we have to acknowledge it's a serious issue. We never know when a disaster strikes, or any form of disaster for that matter. So it's important that we learn and take our education, what we have learned, not just for ourselves and our family. Anywhere we go into the world, we can spread that knowledge. All right? So let me congratulate every participant and thank our facilitators and organizers, Ms. Jeffrey, Mrs. Maida, our district rep is here. So we heard from Ms. Jeffrey that there will be quite a bit of training that would be passed down from the NEMO head office to all communities around St. Lucia. And let me thank you again and congratulate all participants in taking on this training and being committed to the cause. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ariste. At this time, we want to start the presentation of certificates. We'd like to call on Ms. Maria Maida. First up, we have Elisha Joseph. Janelle Felix. Yes. Clara Alfred. Natasha Vite, Etheldra Bernard, one of our most vibrant participants. She's just turned 25. Yeah. Digna Regis, Pamela Alfred, Anastasia Vite, Dorothy Agar, Melina Felix. There you go. Barbara Alfred, Leota Ogis. Leota. All right, Leota. Shanita Bernard. Annie Auguste. Cornelius Alfred. And last but by no means least, Miss Gifta Jonge. We'd like to give mention for some persons who are not here today but still mention their name. Shenva Alexander, Solange Henry, Georgiana Vite, Hermina Vite, Shirkin Auguste, Anderson Auguste, Clydel Vite, Clydel Vite, and Alan Auguste. Today, Miss Meda, may this be your last, not a speech, but your last conversation with the people that you have empowered. Miss Maria Meda, please come on.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you for putting me on the spot. I just want to say congratulations to you. Having sat during the training session, I noted there were quite a lot of participants, and it is not usual that we get so many community participants. And you were all, interactive. Everybody asked questions. It was an engaging day for me. It was a good Saturday for me, a good way to spend my Saturday. I want to echo the sentiments of previous speakers that you need to continue to train yourselves, train your families, your neighbors, come together. You will soon have a community center. You can come together and learn, train each other. So that way you are refreshing yourself, and you will this will be in you. It will become a second nature to you, because disaster zones have friends and they come at any time. This is a phrase that keeps repeating itself, but we see it over and over. I am also employing Madam Officer in Charge that I am taking the charge for Bhoutan, and I will keep sending WhatsApp, my Bhoutan people. And we hope be going beyond the fire safety and fire evacuations, that there are other sorts of trainings that can be given to Bhoutan, other disaster-related training that can be given to Bhoutan, right? And I'm hoping your next training, I'm putting her on the spot again, will be either a DANA, damage analysis and needs assessment training, or a community emergency response team training, right? Great. So, Madam, thank you all again, and congratulations.
Right now, we want to call on Miss Annie Ogis.
I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for your presence at this certification ceremony. Our sincere appreciation goes to Leota Ogis, Jacqueline Ogis, Lucienta Bryan, Titus Shepherd, Nicodemus Joseph, Barbara Alfred, Shirley Vite, Pamela Alfred, Melina Felix, Efeldra Bernard, Ronetta Maglaw, and the Twisted Dance Group for their contribution to the ceremony. Special thanks to Mrs. Kenisha Jeffrey Isenbert, Mr. Placid, Maria Meady, and Stephen Ariste, and also Mr. Shallery for their invaluable support. Your dedication ensures a safer community, and we are truly thankful for your contributions. I also want to express profound gratitude to each participant here today. Your enthusiasm and commitment to learning the vital skills of first aid, fire safety, and evacuation procedures have been commendable. It is through your dedication that our community is now equipped to handle unforeseen emergencies. As participants, we've not only gained essential knowledge, but have become ambassadors for not only our homes, but also our workplaces. Understanding the importance of first aid, fire safety, and evacuation training from your perspective emphasizes the real-world impact these skills have in preserving lives and properties. In closing, I want to extend our sincere thanks once again to everyone involved. Your collective efforts have elevated our community's preparedness, making it a safer and more resilient place for all. Thank you.